All right, so today we're talking about ankle mobility. Now, ankle mobility is something that a lot of us do not have, and it's something that a lot of us should work on, myself included. And you will notice that you don't have good ankle mobility if, for example, when you squat, your heels come up, you feel a lot in your shins, or you tend to get, a lot of ankle sprains, for example. Not to mention that when your ankles are off or when you have things going on with your feet, it can escalate all the way up your body. Our body is one big kinetic chain, and if our ankles are tight and we're not able to come down, like for example when we're squatting, so if my ankle, if I'm typically like this because I'm really tight through my Achilles or because of my shin issues, then I'm not going to be able to get that full range of motion, right? Which is going to affect where my knee goes. It's going to affect where my hips go, and it's going to affect where my back and how everything going all the way up to my shoulders moves. So we want to start from the bottom up, and it's something that we should pay attention to. And this is something that's easy that you can do anytime, any day, and really a great thing to do before you work out. So all you need is to sit kind of like what I'm doing right now. So I'm sitting back on my foot and I have my other leg in line with this hip, correct? So then my knee is over my ankle and I'm gonna stand tall, keep my shoulders square. And this leg, it's kind of indifferent where it is, but you just wanna try to keep your hips as square as you can when you do this. So I'm keeping my foot flat the whole time. So I really want to think about driving my foot into the ground, and then I'm pushing my knee forward and keeping a good neutral spine while I do it. And I'm just thinking about driving that knee forward and keeping this heel down and feeling a stretch. And then I may also feel this fire in my shin, which is totally fine. And I'm going to hold it here for a few seconds and then come back and relax. So I'm going to do that about 2 more times. So pressing it forward, driving it down, and just breathing, and then come back. I'm going to do 1 more time, and then come back. And then I'm going to take it up a little bit more and intensify it just a tiny bit, and that is going to come from, so when I'm in this position now, I'm thinking about raising my toes up towards my shin, and that's getting this to activate and to fire even more, to contract almost through your ankle, strengthening these little muscles, and then I'm going to come back. And it may really start to burn in your shin, and that is fine. And even if you cannot get those toes up, I want you thinking about it. So I'm driving forward, holding it, and I'm lifting my toes up for a few seconds, and come back, and then do it 1 more time after I relax those muscles for a few seconds. Do it again. And another thing to note is you want to make sure your knee is straight over your foot. So you want to try to press it past those big toes, okay? So you're here and then come back. And now normally you would say, well, you're not supposed to drive with your knees, I thought. And yes, when you're squatting, you want to lead with your hips and your glutes as they go down and back, but your knee has to have a decent drive forward to make your hips get the mobility that they need to get that full range of motion, and which is going to help those muscles work even more. And if you have poor ankle mobility, you're not going to be able to do that. So this is a great stretch to do. It's an active stretch that you can add in, again, any time of day. Before a workout is a great time, especially any sort of run or lower body workout. Add this in and see if you do not feel better or get that more range of motion. You feel like you can do more, you're moving better after the fact. So add it in, let me know how it goes, and share it with somebody that may find benefit from it. And if you want a free workout you can do, be sure to hit the link below.